It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Set to go is the kicker, Michael Badgley. And off we go from SoFi. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Herbert throwing right away. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Defender's smart there to get a hand on that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jets regain possession as he makes the 30th interception of his career. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Hall takes it straight ahead. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone, and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
He's got time here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Michael Badgley going to try and knock this through for 3. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. Lambo able to put it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Jets get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Now Ritter. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back. But now they've got fourth down. Lambeau able to put it through. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for them.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
He's throwing deep to the left side. That's grabbed inside the 30. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers find their way to 6. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll take the lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And he will take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets need only one to take the lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Badgley on to kick this one away. Here comes Williams on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, we'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He's on the move. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do.
We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Searches from the Jets get there and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 36-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Jets get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Complete out to the right side. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
They're set up at the 35 now. Ritter looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. This is pulled in by Nicole Hardman. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They go right back to Hall. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets parlay the interception into points. Brees Hall with the touchdown. Badgley for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Jets bump the lead up to 13 points. Badgley on to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually. So 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to the air, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Throw complete to Williams. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the 1st. Herbert from the gun. He lets a heater go deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers making a 1-score game in the 1st half. For a second, looked like the Chargers offense was coming off, but no. Coaches say, stay out there. We're going for 2. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this one out with Hall. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So the defense decides to decline the penalty. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. And it's the Jets, lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the 32. He's got the hook up to Watkins. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. Here's Ritter. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. The line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hall. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Offense in the hurry up here. Looking right, and he finds him. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
From the 31. He has the New York touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets push the lead up to 12. Badgley on to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Throwing on first is Herbert. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be second down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Jets get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
He beams one deep right side. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Derwin James picks it. And the Chargers are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, first and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Here's Hall once more. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Third down give to Hall. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on the 3rd and 1 run.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Chargers take possession. Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing now, Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up 2nd down. Up the gut they go with Williams. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Got a man, Palmer has it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
He has room past the 25. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Williams. And he's in for the touchdown. The Chargers start the 2nd half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance. Well, maybe some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Ritter. That's complete to Wilson. He does it! Touchdown, New York! The Jets go up by 12. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. He's throwing for it. On the move, headed right. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Badgley on to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. Juke the defender. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Herbert now off the play fake. That one's complete, right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell.
He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers thrust in their offense. They're going for 2 again. Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. Going for it yet again, and once again, they don't have the right call to make it in for 2, so their struggles continue.
Yeah, they've kept them on the field without hesitation all game long. This offense knows what they're doing. The problem is the defense knows even more.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They run. Here's Hall. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. A give left side for Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. He's running for it. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. The Jets take their first time out, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll bring out the punter here, and he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He's on the move. And they pick him off again. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. That play's going to stand as we saw it. The penalty declined, and it's 2nd down coming up. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the run. If you're fighting the good fight, you even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He throws a bullet deep to... And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Christian Fulton.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's the end of the... They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. One of the tight ends in motion left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11. They snap it to Herbert. Fights off the... He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs. So after we saw 4th down last snap, now we've got 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Hall. Has the New York touchdown. The Jets go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Breece Hall with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Point after converted from Badgley. And the Jets lead by 15 now. Badgley on to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Escapes out to the left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they're going to have to regroup after this one. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw, here's Herbert. Finds McConkey. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st and 10, Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So 2nd down coming up. Back to the air, Herbert. He's going to push one deep down the right. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, here's Herbert. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Taking a deep shot here. This is brought in at the 15. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets have likely locked up the win right there. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Jets grow the lead now to 22 points. Badgley on to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Herbert from the gun. Chased out to his right. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. It's Herbert once more. Fits it through the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him 32 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now Herbert again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 16-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. Caught near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Forced out to his right. Complete out to the right side. It's an LA touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like...
And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
49, Chargers 33.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Hall on the give. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So the win goes to the Jets. And they're able to